Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
I'm about treating everybody equal and everybody fair. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black. It doesn't matter whether you're Asian. It doesn't matter. But I expect you to do the same thing for my people. Okay? You're going to come into a predominantly black community and treat black people like trash, then the community got a problem with you, and the communities need to start coming to you and addressing your problem. But no, they're going to pass these Asian hate laws, and they're going to figure what you're doing is Asian hate. No, Asians hating on us, and we got to let them know that you got to start loving us. If we love you enough to come into our community, and look, 9 out of 10, it's not really, we don't own anything. We don't own any buildings. We don't have that much land. We barely own our own homes if we got homes. Most of us probably renting. That's how most of America is. But if you're in a predominantly black community, that's how it probably is. That this is not Greenwood. This is not Rosewood. This is not Durham, North Carolina. You don't own your businesses in the property and the buildings and things like that. 9 out of 10, it was taken away, and now other people own it. Here in New York, Russians, Asians, you name it. They done bought up all of Harlem because Harlem blacks try to get that quick dollar and move down south. Worst thing you could ever do. Worst thing. Because now these people got your building and they making millions. And you down south living off $250,000. Mr. Muhammad saw how Asian nail shop owners treated a couple of black women. So he aggressively, now I wouldn't have took no bricks or nothing like that, but he aggressively went down there and sent them a message.
I ain't got no time. Talk too much. That's what I'm talking about. Go in there with him, okay? Come on, go in there with him. Go in there with him. Go in there with him. Yeah.
Step away from the window.
Y'all can step away from the window. Y'all can come up out of there. So y'all, I'm giving you one.
Step away from the window.
Let y'all know this is the second time I've been here with this shop disrespecting black women. This is over with. The last time it's gonna happen. Y'all step away from this window, or y'all stay here, continue to support these people that continue to disrespect y'all. And when black men stand up for y'all about these clowns disrespecting us, we don't get the support we need from y'all. Y'all get away from that. Y'all come
on out. Y'all need to come on out. You've been warm. We're gonna shut it down.
Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Move. I told you to move.
That's not right. And somebody should call police.
You get 911.
I told her, come out. Come out. Come out.
Back it up.
Come out.
The brother said he wasn't playing. He's not playing. He said he wasn't playing. He is not playing. That's okay. He know. He know. You got another one.
Yeah.
Take it in.
I got mine. Stop playing. Y'all play too much. We talk too much. Quit playing. Stop disrespecting black women. I ain't say that.
Don't move. Just put it in your pocket.
I'm not hiding. I'm not gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. Come on up out of there.
Back it up, sister.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah, okay.
So this is what happens when somebody stands up. He stood up. He stood up. He told you what it's going to be. He stood up.
And he came out and he did what he needed to do.
He did what was in his heart to do.
Yes.
He's out. He's done it.
Tyrone. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Tyrone.
Coming up out of there.
Come up out of there.
Yeah.
Where you sisters taking them? Which station is this?
Come on up out of there.
It's me, ma'am. Thank you. What station are you taking them to? This is 6th District?
Yeah, 78th.
Thank you. We headed to 78th and Halsted for Tyrone Muhammad.
Just told everybody to come on now. He said what he said. He did a little bit of talking, and he took care of his business. He's getting tired. We're getting tired. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Power to the people. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Black power. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you.
So here's a narrative on how ECCSC works. The officers, very honorable. They came, they doing their job. Tyrone came out and he did his job. He is not playing. We grown. We grown. We got some. Yeah. Get him out. That's right.
Yeah, look, I'm like, that's
We got him. We got this brother. We got this brother. Yeah, we got this brother. We told you to come out.
Come out! Come out! Come out! Come out! That's how we do it. The white man stole and killed. We can do it. That's our neighborhood. That's on them. We told them. We told you before you went in there. We told you. We told you before you went in there. You went in there though. We told you.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
We done talking.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Let us through. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable. They threw bricks in with the old.
They know. They already arrested him already. You keep on going.
Oh, no.
You can stay. You can stay. This is about.
No, this is bullshit.
Well, I'm sorry. Who's not the only one that threw bricks?
Bullshit.
Who's not the only one that threw bricks?
Bye.
You were sitting. First of all, you were inside. You were inside. You didn't see a thing. You didn't see a thing. You had your back to the window.
You don't have to talk to me.
Talk to us.
Don't make her famous. Don't make her famous. Don't make her famous. You don't have to talk to me.
Hey, Jack, go get your
Fuck
people.
you and quit asking.
Talk to me, brother. Talk to me, brother.
Listen, this is black power, black unity, black economics. Y'all, we told you if you cross that line, that's your behind. We're now responsible for you. Hold my. White woman going on somewhere. Go on somewhere.
You're already going to catch a case for mob action.
We ain't catching nothing. We not catching nothing. We ain't catching nothing.
It's over with.
No, because they're going to break my fucking car.
It's over with.
Oh, really?
Go in your neighborhood.
Really?
Stop trying to make this about people.
Hey.
You straight up.
This is my community too, goddammit. This is to my community. I live here for 12 years.
He here, y'all. Hey, he here.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, y'all. Hey, y'all, brother. We was here.
Y'all.
We brought the
Thanks for the
troops.
support. But that's what it's about.
You have no fear, y'all. We gotta respect this brother right here.
Ain't no time to be playing, man.
Right.
We gotta organize in the right way, and we gotta stop talking and be consistent with what we do. It don't take long.
I'm blocking it. All right, y'all, go ahead.
Puppy son.
Go ahead.
I've been doing this all my life. So, having this opportunity, that's all it is. Just standing up for our people. We've been going to that particular one. Dude, that's the third time. Last time I was there, and I even met with the owner. I told him next time we come through here, we're gonna shut it down. I'm a man of my word.
I know that's right,
King. Ex-convict, community, social change, God, the real love. Man, our brother always on the always on the look. We got everybody.
Hey,
out here.
next time let us know, man. Hey, I ain't know if to run or what, man.
Just know that you know if we out there together, we gonna be all right.
Right. And you know what?
We're not gonna continue to disrespect our women and our children. You're not going to continue to usurp the funds out of our community and then treat us like crime. And that's really what it is. And we got to start holding aldermen, these politicians.
That's right.
Them the ones. They give them the license to disrespect us. We will see them. Then we knock on their door.
That's the next move. I said it.
Thank you all for your support, your love. This don't stop right here. We got to do this everywhere. I told y'all I was going to set that 79th Street Happy Liquor Store
From Exchange all the way to West and 79th Street is 5.
Yeah.
In terms of the crime and the violence and the disrespect of our women in our community. That's right. And that's what it's about. We're killing it, and our sons is dying down here.
Yeah.
At some point, we got to be the community leaders because everybody else has sold us out.
Yeah.
Too much talking, no action. We march, y'all, but we got to show some action. That's what my whole purpose is just saying. We ain't going to keep talking to these people about the same old thing and nothing never happens.
Let me say something, brother.
Next time it'll be their face.
Let me say something, brother. I respect you because you gave everybody the warning to get up out of there.
Yeah.
They didn't listen. They didn't take heed. You did what you had to do.
Man, listen, man. This ain't nothing. I ain't brand. This is. I was born to do this. I'm probably gonna die doing it.
All I can.
All right, so, and when you get a chance, I want you to get to know him. Go to his channel. This is Tyrone, YouTube channel. Look at the topics up here. We must work to get toward our own change and progress. He's protesting at 87th and Loomis Mall. Usually when he go out and do some protesting, sometime he'll go out as a lone wolf, but now he's starting to get some people to help him out. He has a manhood circle. So this brother is trying to use YouTube and use whatever activism that he has to bring change and telling black people you need to start standing up for your community. Stop standing up for everybody else's community and you're not standing up for your own. Stop trying to do this unity and world effort and we all come together as one until they can come together as one to get your situation done first. So his brother's working. He's trying to get out there and get things done. Well, recently, he was out there. Protesters, including Dreadhead Cowboy, temporarily blocked Dan Ryan's lane. An anti-violence, keyword, anti-violence protest shut down the local lanes of the outbound Dan Ryan Expressway on Thursday afternoon, with the Dreadhead Cowboys joining the protests and posting a video of the shutdown on Facebook. So using social media, we out here, we're shutting us stuff down. Come out here and support us. Adam Hollingsworth, who became well known in the city for riding his horse during a variety of protests and events, recorded videos of the protest Thursday afternoon. Illinois State Police, oh God, temporarily shut down the local outbound lanes of the roadway near Garfield Boulevard. So I guess this was the effort and they decided to shut with the police. Dan Ryan shut down part 2, Hollingworth tweeted. This is for you, V. Smith. Verndale V. Smith was a dance coach on the Chicago South Side who used his dance studio as a way to help steer kids away from a life of crime and violence. He was shot and killed earlier this month in the City Parks Manor neighborhood, and his death shocked residents in the area. Now you're probably saying, I wonder who shot him. Look, I told you. Crimes that happen in your community is predominantly going to be by those in your community. Don't let them think it's going to be somebody coming from outside your community. The Asian hate crimes primarily happen in your community, in the Asian community, people who live there. But they want you to think black people did it. Jamal Green, a noted Chicago anti-violent activist, tweeted that the protest was spearheaded by Tyrone Muhammad of the group Ex-Con for Social Change. Here's the tweet. Our brother Tyrone Muhammad of Ex-Cons for Social Change just shut down a Dan Ryan in hopes to raise awareness to our kids being killed. Officers assaulted protesters and arrested him and 2 others. It's honestly a shame we got to be radical in order for authorities to listen. And that's true. People don't listen to you unless you get radical. The nonviolent stuff that Dr. King did isn't going to move much needle. I'm not saying that you should do violence, but the nonviolence method doesn't move the needle as quick as targeting aggressively certain areas where capitalism have a great hold of. And again, to me, the number one place is in merchandising and in commerce. You shut that down, you got a problem. You can shut down the street, and that does help. Shut down those shopping districts, and you see what's going to happen. State police says that the roadway was blocked at approximately 3:09 p.m. Great time to do it, because that's rush hour. Illinois Department of Transportation vehicles were able to relocate vehicles off the highway, and the road was reopened just before 4 p.m. While state police did not specify how many individuals were arrested, they did say that multiple arrests were made, and that the investigation is still in its infancy. Hollingsworth garnered national headlines last summer when he rode his horse down the Dan Ryan Expressway, snarling traffic. He was ultimately arrested and charged with a felony count of animal cruelty. So the brother who loved his horse got charged with animal cruelty. Stupid. Along with a series of other misdemeanors in connection with September 20th incident. I told you, when we do our protests, or when we show protests, they're going to stack up charges. Nothing like that brother. That brother go slap the president of France, get 4 months. This brother ain't going to take it. I don't care if you are a cop. He's going to assume that you're going to be there to kill him. And he's going to take a position as if you are. And why would he take a position in a stance that I'm ready? If you're going to take me out, then let's go. I'm not going to just sit here and let you take me out. I'm not going to be like the people that's fearing you taking them out and you taking them out anyway. Like George Floyd. He feared. He was paranoid. And look what happened. Like the brother they did in Louisiana. Paranoid, little drunk, afraid, and look what happened. Not Tyrone Muhammad.
Work in the dispensary.
I get out the window.
It's sad.
I can hang out the window.
Yeah, do what you want. You can stand on the roof if you want. $2 billion. Look. So, there you count. Look, they trooping. Y'all see that? Yep.
What up, my boy?
What you want now? We going to 75th. We got an escort. Yo guy. This is what you mean what is going on?
Okay, sir,
we
I
tired of
understand.
shootings in this city.
So
Your
we-
governor, no you not. Don't be worrying about me.
Listen, I understand.
Escort me.
Come on, man. We don't need no drivers.
Get your hand off my car. Get your hand on my. Let me open my own car. I open my. What do you want?
I would like for you to step out of the
Why?
Now, mind you, Now, mind you, this is a protest. They got escorts. But this fool want to make it an issue.
I'm not, what you want me to do? Man, I'm not impeding anything. I'm moving. You stopping me.
I understand.
You stopping me.
Please step out of the vehicle.
For what?
Please step out
For
of the
what?
So we can handle this?
I'm handling it. I'm going to my destination. You causing the problem. You ain't causing up. No, hold on. Get your hand out of my car. Don't touch my car. Don't touch my car. For what's the charge? Give me, yeah, wait till he, let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen,
what?
I'm asking you nicely to step
and
out
then
of the
what? And then what, you gonna shoot me?
No.
Go solve some fucking crime.
Under arrest?
Yeah, I call, when your sergeant comes, give me a loop, I don't need it. Why let me move out my way? Get in my way.
Now, understand this. Whenever you get you understand this, I don't care, don't get afraid. You still have rights. They supposed to have these cameras, and you have cameras. Videotape. Get their badge number. Get their name. Why are you stopping me? Is there a crime? I don't want to talk to you. I'm not getting out of the car until your supervisor get here. You don't have to get out the car, folks. Don't be letting these people tell you get out the car. For what? Like he said. See, he knows his right. For what? I ain't got to get out the car. Matter of fact, get your hands off my car. This is my property. I don't want you touching it. Now, white people talk to cops like this, but when black people start talking to cops, you got people talking about, well, you should have treat them with respect. Treat that officer with respect. When he do you like that, you don't treat him with respect. And why the officers can't treat you with respect? You came up on my car. I didn't do anything. Why are you at my car? Why are you coming to my car? Did I commit a crime? Am I under arrest? Well, until you get your supervisor here, I have nothing to say to you. And see, me, I offer a service, I'm not trying to plug it here, that anytime you coming up to my car, my attorney's going to be on the phone, and he's going to address you, not me. But we get scared. We get nervous. And when they see that, they tend to get a little stronger. But when you stand bold in your rights, it's two things going to happen. They're going to push back up from you a little bit because you know your stuff, or they're going to get even extra angry. Like they did Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland told the man, I knew the law. And look what they did to her when she finally got there. That's why you got to have access to an attorney, and especially in an emergency situation like this, where most people don't have the money to have an attorney on call. And that's why I'm going to be talking about certain things that you can do to put yourself in a position where you can. I don't want to talk about it here, but I've been in a situation like that where I had my attorney address the officers, but let me let this keep playing.
You in here, you knew you was bothering us. You agitating me. I'm not stepping out of nothing. What, I want your supervisor. Who is your supervisor?
Right.
The supervisor cannot get you because of all the traffic that you
just got here.
Please step out of the vehicle.
And then what? And then what?
Now, he's telling a bald-faced lie. The supervisor can get there because the supervisor got a siren just like him. And as soon as you put the sirens on, people move out the way. And just like he got there, the supervisor can get there. He's trying to deflect. He's trying to let him know that, look, bro, we ain't got time for my supervisor. We got all the time in the world, bro. You stand still, I stand still until we get my supervisor on until you get your supervisor here.
And then we will discuss this like grown men. We don't need this.
Well, how's I'm getting off if you block me? How we getting off?
Please step out of the car.
We keep recording. All right.
See, that's Tyrone's mistake right there. Don't get to the point where you so frustrated you give them what they want. You ain't got to get out the car. You haven't been charged. There haven't been a call out for you. You're not a suspect. And if you are not one of those, you do not have to get out the car. Why would you get out the car? You stay in that car until the supervisor get here and you don't say nothing. Keep your mouth closed. Let him keep yapping. And on the camera, it will show that you're not being now. Understand, Tyrone was doing everything right. He just frustrated because the guy just keep badgering him about to get out the car, and he's going to keep badgering about it. It's just like them always trying to get a breathalyzer on you, bruh. like the drunk man on the video, the viral video. I was drunk, but I wasn't driving. I'm not getting out the car and do nothing. Get your supervisor. Tyrone let him get to him. Now he's going to have to defend himself. Now, he's touching him. Why are you touching him? They have their own cars marked EC, letting you know that they're a protest group. You know why we're there. We're community activists. You know why we're there. Why are you doing all this? We ain't got no guns in here. We ain't got no drugs in here. What's all this for? Now I hear some of you conservative people right now. What are you guys doing? Why would you do that to the officer? The officer touched him. You have no right to touch me. I haven't committed no crime. You haven't gotten a call in for me. I asked for your supervisor. You have no freaking right to touch me. And now you are still a worker. You work for me. You have no right to touch me. The moment you touch me, I'm thinking you're assaulting me. But y'all think he have every right to touch that black man. Why? What right do that man have to touch him? He kept telling him, don't touch me. And he's right. You have no right to touch me. You have no right to touch my car. You're here harassing me. And you think, and I'm telling you, it's going to get like this, that we in the black community, because white people ain't going to let no bully cop just do anything they want to them, unless they halfway drunk. But a white person with a sober mind that don't take no mess, that know their rights, they know their gun rights, they know all their rights, man, they be going all in on these police officers, white ones. Look here, buddy, I got a Second Amendment right. And if you talk about shooting my dog, I'm gonna shoot you. You better put that gun up. I'm telling you, better put it up. I have every right to shoot you if you look like you're gonna fire on me and my dog. And that cop will get nervous. Black people gonna start walking in that same right. They're not gonna take it. If you approach me with proper protocol, not with your own protocol. And if I react to your protocol with the right reaction of a protocol, then you respect that too. Now, I told you to get your supervisor over here. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You see that brother right there? He's like, yo, you better get off my boy. I hear you people out there. He had no right. See, that's why you black people get shot. Well, you white people do this to other cops. They don't get shot. So what's the point? Now, he got his gun out. I don't know if it's a gun or a taser, but he do realize that people on that road watching him. Brother saying it's a peaceful protest. We wouldn't bother nobody until y'all came over here. And they still hollering for Sarge. Should stay in the car until Sarge came, but I get it.
Hey! Hey, can we get a state Sarge out here? Hey, can we get a state Sarge out here? State, can we have that Sarge, man? Come on, man. We don't talk. Hey, can we get a state Sarge out here? Hey, Sarge! Sarge! Hey, man. We on him, man.
And the cop proceeded to put his knee on it. Death wish, put you on your stomach and put your knee on the stomach. They're trying to kill you. They're trying to murder you. Anytime the police put you on the ground on your stomach and your diaphragm is already restricted and they put their knee on it to push down even harder on the diaphragm, pushing all the air out, it is a murder tactic.
Release my arm. I'm standing here calm. Release my fucking arm. You can open that phone. I told you.
Bro, get your hands off of me. You got it. Hold Get my car. Hey, yeah, we solid clear. Take the drop. Keep the rope. Keep the rope.
And Mr. Muhammad ended up going to jail. And that's what's going to happen. Now, you got to do this stuff if you want to see change. You have to do stuff like this if you want to see change. They're not just going to give it to you because you asked for it. It never works that way. That's why I say protest is essential. You got to protest from the top to the bottom, even when it comes to these elections. Supporting a candidate that's not going to support you, that's protest from the top. You know, protest votes. Of course, it's a protest vote. Any no vote is a protest vote. You got a Democrat saying you a protest vote. Well, you protesting against the Republicans, and Republicans are protesting against the Democrat, and I'm protesting against both of you numbnuts. You're not doing nothing for my people. You need to have more protesters in different types of protests. To me, the most effective protest is shutting these people down in their pocketbooks. And I'm not talking about doing no, Occupy Wall Street. You realize Occupy Wall Street did not stop time. I was at Occupy Wall Street. A bunch of people just camping out over there in Saucony Park. I got pictures. I took pictures and everything. None of them marched on Wall Street. None of them marched at the New York Stock Exchange. They wasn't taking over that place. They wasn't, chaining themselves there. They went round a corner. And it wasn't effective as it should have been. Most of the people was camping in over there at one of Trump's building in Public Square. In the Trump building, they got a little free area where you can, interim, whatever they call them, atrium. Most people were there until they closed it. That's why Occupy Wall Street didn't do much. Now, the civil rights movement, they did sit-ins and lock-ins and stuff like that at the city hall and schools and things like that. They got some stuff done. But when you start hitting them in their pocket, that does something to them. And when you block streets like that, it does hit them in the pocket because nobody can go to shop. Matter of fact, it can be a little dangerous because if you're blocking the street where people can't, it's blocking the highway where you can't get somebody to the hospital or whatever, then that's one thing you got to think about it. But think about it. How many times a day you see an ambulance go down the street on a highway? Probably once every 3 hours. So for people saying you could be blocking somebody, that very rarely happens. Now, when I start my interviews up, man, I'm gonna have a lot of people on my interviews, people who I admire, Information Man, Tim Black, I'm trying to have Dr. Boyce Watkins on, whoever I can. I'm not that big, but I'm gonna act like I'm big, okay, and have them on to talk about this stuff. Claude Anderson, whoever I can, Ice Cube. I'm going to try to have whoever I can on the show. Red pill, blue pill. Whoever I can. Professor Griff. Whoever I can. That brother who did that rant on the Asian community. I'm going to have them on. Because I want you guys to hear these people hard and hear the cry what's going on. Like I said, a lot of people say, Rob, you're not the burning a bus guy. Man, I've been graduated from that. After 2016, when I went to the Democratic Convention, and I felt it was a waste of my time going because he wasn't going to do anything about it, I was done with these people, so-called revolutionists. I'm looking for a real revolution. I was one of the ones was trying to fight for everybody, but when nobody fighting for my community. I was one of those people that said, "Look, we need to push this. We need to push we need to push the working class. We need to promote the working class." And look, I'm a union organizer. I do think you should do things for working class. My number one priority is getting my community to a certain level. Everything else come behind it. I don't say it's not important. I don't say no cost education is not important. I don't say healthcare is not important. And to you, especially people who going through health issues, it's very important because it's hurting you in your pocket. That's the bottom line. Economics is the number one nail in the coffin to a community. If you got it, it's hard for those who got more to nail you in the coffin. Matter of fact, they believe you need to become an ally because your money and their money together makes them more powerful if we work together. And the problem is the black community have not gotten to the same level economically as Latinos, as Asians, and definitely as white. And we built this country. People came to this country because of us. We made the American dream. Well, we had the blueprint, and you just put in the sweat equity. No, we had the freaking blueprint too. Anything that most of our forefathers got, they did not come up with it. The idea came from somebody else, and they took it. Heck, Washington D.C. itself was designed by a black man. The whole design. And it was built by black men and women. And that's how it is with every corporation, every industry. And one side got all the money on one scale. And now the scale is unbalanced. One society up here, and then you got other societies because in their country, they had money when they came here. Even the Africans. Some of the Africans came to this country as immigrants. They came with money. They came with privilege thanks to certain immigration acts that gave them privileges. And we the one fought for the Immigration Act, and we didn't get those same privileges. Polish people came here. They got land. Dr. King talked about it in his NBC special. Certain white Europeans came here, and they got land that we should have got. They got it before us. And they built and made money. Tobacco, cotton, orange groves, you name it. And we were stuck in the field picking that stuff. Getting pennies on the dollar, literally. So you got an unbalance here. And the only way we can go forward with anything is that balance between black and white equity become like this. They're afraid for it to become like that because they know what kind of people we are. See, we could take nothing, and make something out of it, but we're tired of doing that because every time we do that, something happens where it gets stolen or get destroyed or ruined. We're not doing that no more. We want our fair share. So that's when it's even. You can't talk about equal rights policy until you make one side equal. And right now, in my book, until we like this, I can't push policies for all people until certain things for my people come to them first. I support it. I'm for it, but I got to take care of this first. Once we get this, then I'm on your bandwagon to take care of all these things. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, tell you the truth. I'm not sorry. And I'm asking you, because you love progressives. You want to make every excuse to try to tell us we shouldn't get reparations, that we shouldn't get restored to us what was stolen from us, or what was not rightfully given us. If any man you see out there, somebody, I mean, it's just like a pimp. You hate a pimp. The girl out there sell her body. She risks getting beat up because the pimp ain't really going out with her to protect her. She's on the block. She's doing God know what. And she's giving the pimp the money and he don't hardly give her nothing. Well, I gave you a place to stay. But I own you. And when I want something, you're going to give it to me. I want you to go get me drugs so we both can get high. I want you to go get money so I can spend it. I'm dressing better than you. I'll give you a little bit. That's how the federal government been toward black people for centuries. We ain't taking it no more. So we got to protest, do whatever we can. If we got to push back on people trying to take advantage of us, I don't care if it's from the continent of Africa or from Tupelo, Mississippi. We ain't taking this stuff no more. We want what's rightfully ours, and we ain't gonna stop till we get it. And it is worth risking our life. Well, you know, if you go out there and rub people the wrong way, man, them white people gonna then let them do it. You gonna sit there and be a punk and a coward and let them continue to do not your ancestors, your grandfather and your grandmother's wrong, your uncles and your uncle wrong, and that brother was right, man. God, you. This is why they want you to teach critical race theory, because they don't want your kids to know about what they did back then. They're not telling you everything. Forcing us to have sex with our sisters, or sex with our cousins. They coming in there and raping us. They will rape the father in front of the kids and the mother. They call it butt broken. And then come around and rape the kids in front of the father and mother. And then rape the mother and get her pregnant on purpose. And you don't want us teaching your kids about all that because you figure it's going to make you feel small or make them feel small. No, nobody is. We just letting you know your past. If you're ashamed of it, you should be. And you should make a decision that I will never let this happen again. To me, that's what this is all about. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make it right to those people. And that's what it's all about. You're afraid that these educational tools are going to make people stand up and finally make what you did wrong right. And it's been happening across all over the world, especially when it comes to black people. All over the world. Colonization is one of the most devilish, evil tools in world history. Could have been done rightly, but greed made them do it wrong. And now people don't want to answer, because now people are saying, look, the world need to know. We're not hiding. Tell the truth, as my man Information Man would say. Tell the truth. Because that's the only way we're going to go forward. And until the truth be told about the Black Holocaust is in this country and how we never paid reparations for it, and we should not be thinking about nothing else until that get done first, then you don't have to come on this channel. They already unstifled me. I was almost at 11,000 and they got me under 9,000. They already unsubscribed people who were subscribed. So if you unsubscribe every week before you watch me, make sure you subscribe, because they'll unsubscribe you. And they're not going to let you know about the notifications because of the things that me and other people talk about on our shows. Because they don't want you to know this. Now, I said I was going to talk about a Holocaust every week. Drop the ball. It's late. I'll get it next time. But you see this stuff. When I show it to you, you see it. All across the world, my people being mistreated. And not just by whites, by other colors too. And then sometimes we get mistreated by our own color, which is just as worst. Anyway, let me see who's up here. Again, get a chance to go to the chat. Karen, let me tell you something. Karen is always on. She's always on first. Karen, I really appreciate you always being there. I never really did moderators, but she's a moderator now. I don't know how that goes. ANPDM1, always on the channel. I appreciate you. Hey, my man, just talking about him again. Information Man show. I appreciate him. I learned so much from him, and I don't get a chance to catch the live stream because of stuff I do during the day. That's why I do stuff at night. But I always go back and check his show. I saw he did a report on the 4-year-old boy too, so I'm gonna go back and check that out first thing in the morning when I wake up. Deregulate this now. I appreciate it. You say China pulling some white supremacy. They do that in Asia. Especially when COVID hit, they talking about the racism against them here in America, which I never really seen that. I mean, you know, even if Trump called it the China virus, it's true it came from China, but that don't mean Chinese people in the United States got it or gave it, spreading it out. That don't mean anything. But you should see how they've been treating us black people down there in China. Like trash. Just like they treat black people like trash in Israel. But you got Democrats and Republicans trying to prop up the Israelites. You know, so Lotus Flower, they think they are better, higher on the totem pole. You got a lot of people do. I mean, there's some white people who say they don't think they're better, but I don't know. Like I told you, I had a friend of mine, man. We was friends for a while. White guy, man, cool, man. That was my boy. Until we got in a fight over a girl, and he called me the N-word. I was shocked. Dude, come to my house, eat. We sleepovers, you know. I let the dude play my drums. I would go to his house. Eat. We would go on trips together. When they go to Disney World, I'm going with them. Over a girl. All right, who else up here? Ontario, Brother Bob, hope as well. Thank you, brother. Lotus Flower. Patience is a virtue. Thank you for being on the show. All right, guys, I'm done with this, son. Trying to perfect my craft, trying to learn how to do live shows, and I think I'm getting better. I just need to make sure all the sound and stuff is done and make sure I can get done on time and deal with YouTube and Facebook. I had to redo my Facebook because for some reason it wasn't popping up, so I don't even know if I'm on Facebook. But you can catch me on Facebook, Bob TV NYC, Twitter, Bob TV NYC. And I appreciate you guys. And always remember this. Go out there and make a mark on this world that cannot be erased. That's what you're here for. You have to make a mark on this world. It's up to you to make a difference. And I actually do it with my community. Because we want to wrap this stuff up. We don't have to keep fighting for this stuff 10, 20, 30 years. It's been over 400 freaking years of mistreatment of black people, and it's time for that to stop. But we need you to rally with us, because we always rallying with you all, no matter whether it's gay rights or women's rights or all that. We always do that to the detriment of ourselves. It's a weakness of ours that we got to stop doing that. Not saying that we got to stop doing it in general, but we have to take care of home first. And we ask that you help us nip this stuff in the bud. We have to get our true economics rights done, and we need to deal with some of this, and we need to do whatever we need to do to topple white supremacy. Now, a lot of people ask about the black agenda. I'm going to go over the black agenda and I did it over a year ago, and I'm going to go over it again, what it entails, and then I'm going to get right back on the Ice Cube contract with Black America and ask for support. I'm asking. Whether you do it or not, we're going to keep it moving anyway, but I'm just going to ask you to support us in this and help us get it done. Because we always support you and help you getting your agenda done. It's time for you to look out for us now. So we're going to talk about that in the future. So I'll go out there and make a mark on this world that cannot be erased if you have not done that today. And always remember this, I love you, no matter who you are. Good morning and a good night.